Today we're checking out this Cold Case Radiators aluminum performance radiator for the 2005 to 2014 Mustangs. If you're noticing higher engine temps or you just want better cooling performance for your Mustang, this is a solid option. It's ideal for street and use on the track if you're looking to improve heat dissipation and long-term engine reliability. This radiator is designed to provide far superior cooling efficiency over your factory unit. It features a high-density core with more rows and surface area to enhance that heat transfer, helping your engine run cooler under heavy loads or in hot climates. This radiator is both lightweight and sturdy enough for performance applications. It includes 16 fins per inch and 2 rows of 1-inch tubing, which is a big difference compared to the competitors. Whether you're stuck in traffic or running it on the track, this radiator can help handle that heat. It's built with an OE style inlet and outlet locations, so it bolts right in without any custom modifications. And if you stick with me, we'll show you that install here in a minute. When it comes to the construction on this, the TIG welded seams and the full aluminum construction ensure excellent durability even under high pressure situations. This unit is constructed from all aluminum, like I mentioned, with fully welded tanks and a natural finish. The large core design and 16 fins per inch contribute to that excellent cooling capabilities. It's a seamless install and it goes right into place of that factory unit. Now, as far as the pricing goes, this upgrade lands right in that mid to upper $400 price range, which is a competitive price for a performance radiator offering aluminum construction and that OE fitment. Installation on this is straightforward, earning a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and you can get this job done in just 2 hours of your time. Like I mentioned a couple times, it's a direct fit replacement for that factory unit to simplify that install process. To get this job done, you're just gonna need some basic tools like a ratchet and socket set, some pliers for those hose clamps, and a drain pan would also be helpful for removing the coolant during that removal process. Now let's see exactly how that process goes with an install video from one of our American Muscle customers.
Okay, so for the overview of this install, what we want to do is we want to have access to the radiator. So some people tend to lift up their vehicles, some people tend to just pretty much disconnect the fan and the fan shroud from the radiator, and also taking off the AC condenser as well off of the radiator. In order to do that, for the purposes of this video, I will be taking off the bumper just so that you guys as the viewers can properly have a better view of what's going on and what to take off. Plus it'll make a lot of this recording a lot easier. So first things first, to take off the bumper, and even to just take off the radiator as well, we want to take off this this cover. So we will use a clip tool, a clip removal tool, or a Phillips screwdriver. What we want to do is just take out these little clips within these little grooves. So as you can see, there's one clip here, one clip here, one clip here, one clip here, and the other 3 on the other side. Alright, so here's one clip. I am missing a couple clips, so I will not be taking out all 6 because I currently have 2 broken, but you would be using the Phillips head to take off the little clip inside of it first, and then you'd pull out the rest of it. So pull out the little middle part first, then you pull out the back piece. These are pretty easy to take off, not really much of a hassle. Then you go ahead, slide this cover off. That's first step done. If you're going to be taking a lot of things apart, make sure you have everything numbered and organized. That way you don't forget where everything goes after the install. Next, for this part of the install, we're going to use a 10mm socket, and we're going to take off these 2 screws here. There you go, and they should just go on and screw off from there. And we can go ahead and pull it over this little clip right here. There should be another clip on this left side right here. I'm gonna pull that off, and once you've got that free, I like to put my screws right back where they were. That way I don't confuse where they were and misplace them, because that leads to a bunch of trouble. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and disconnect our fog lights if you have them. Obviously some models have them, some don't, but it's just going to be a little clip right here, right behind the fog light. So it's just a simple push down on the pin. So as you can see, it's just a simple pin right here, you press back on here and go ahead and pull out at the same time. And perfect, that's how it goes. Okay, so our next process in taking off the bumper would be to take off these two bolts. There's one right here, there's one a little bit more behind it. So we're gonna go ahead and take these two off here, and then the other two on the other side. Alright, so for this part we will be using a 10mm socket with a extension. You can use a small or big one, and I have this special turning wrench. That way I can clear, it gives me enough clearance without having to turn the wheel. But now if you don't have this specific type of tool, I highly do recommend that you guys turn your steering wheels all the way to one side. That way it gives you enough clearance for you to use a wrench and actually be able to turn it. But since we're going to be dealing with coolant, I'd rather not turn on the vehicle and not heat up that antifreeze, because then it's going to get hot later when we actually get into it. So for this, just go ahead and take off these two nuts on this side. Like I said, we will be repeating this on the other side as well. Alright, so we got one out. Now we got to do that second one in the back. It's a little bit further, so it's a little hard to get, so make sure you are getting the right one. Again, I don't know where my dad got this tool, but like, you don't need a lot of room. Obviously you need a little room to get it unstuck, but once you start turning it, you can just go ahead and twist the handle, and it just, you don't need to move the wrench at all. You just twist. And honestly, that's why I really love this tool. I don't know where he got it, but this has saved my life 1,000 times. Saved my arms for sure. Obviously, once it's off long enough, there you go. Number two. Now let's just go and repeat on the other side. Okay, so now that I took off the other two bolts, or the other two nuts on the other side, now it's time that we go ahead and take off our bumper. So what you want to do is you want to pull down on it, create a gap there, and you go ahead and push it forward and make sure it clears it. Now, another good thing to remember, I don't know if you can see it from here, but obviously my car does not have any fender walls or weather tire linings. So if your Mustang does have those, you just, most of the time they're just connected onto these little bolts right here, these screws. So you just take off like 3 screws right here, and then go ahead and take out your weather liner, pretty much. Okay, so like I said, these are the ones you would have to take off for your fenders if you have them. Obviously I don't, so that's why I don't have them. And this wire is just for my underglow, so obviously if you don't have underglow, you don't have to worry about it. This is just me making sure I don't tear my stuff off whenever I take off my bumper. But from there, as you can see, we also do have to remember to make sure that we disconnect both of our turn signal wires right here, our turn signal bulbs. As you see in there, you see a little bit better. Make sure you take off this turn signal. So what you want to do is you want to grab it, you want to twist it to the right. Okay, so for here, what you want to do is pretty much want to grab your turn signal bulb and turn it left counterclockwise. Same thing with this other turn signal bulb. Turn them counterclockwise, and they should just go ahead and pop right out. Make sure you do that on both sides, and make sure that when you are sliding out, this little fin hooks into your headlight, stock or aftermarket. They both have these little indents, so make sure that when you put it back on, you slide this into this little wedge. Okay, so now that you've taken off the 2 bolts on both sides, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and you take off 2 bulbs from your turn signals, 2 on that side and 2 on that side, so 4. Again, make sure you undo these clips. Sometimes when you are pulling it out, those clips tend to slide back on, so make sure that this clip and the clip back here are off. And what you want to do is go ahead and grab it from the middle and go ahead and just place it right off, pull it off, and that should be it. Now you have a clear view of your radiator. So this is also why I wanted to take off the bumper. That way I can work clearly, I can see clearly, and I can see the difference that the new radiator will make. Alright, of course, my bad, that is not my radiator. That is the AC condenser. So obviously make sure that when you are dealing with your AC components, you try not to mess with any of the lines, because one little leak and you will have no more cold AC. So always make sure that you are being careful with all those lines. But now that we have this clear and open view, we can now see the holes that we will be using to unmount our radiator. And we also have a clear view of our radiator leaking valve port. It's right down here. So whenever we're ready, we'll, first things first, make sure we take out all the leftover coolant antifreeze in there. So let's do that first. Okay, so what we do want to remember when working with vehicles is that most of the liquids inside of our vehicles are not safe for the environment. So what we want to do is we want to always try to make sure we have proper catching and disposing of any liquids that we take out of our cars. Obviously that's why we dispose of our oils and fun stuff. So what we're going to do first we will be taking off the cap off of our coolant reservoir, making sure that we open up the passageway. That way we allow all the fluid to leak out of there. So first we're going to take off that cap. Then after we take off that cap, we will be turning the knob down here, and then making sure we try to drain the radiator as much as possible before we go ahead and take it out. Again, also remember, if you did use your car during that day, make sure that you wait at least an hour or 2 hours before you pop open this reservoir, because if it is still steaming hot, then you will burn yourself and it will fountain and explode on you. So make sure, always be careful. Yeah, so make sure it's not being run, and make sure, and if it was run, make sure it's down to temp. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. All right, so again, this is our coolant reservoir, so we'll go ahead and twist counterclockwise like always, you know, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Honestly, very strong words to live by, so we'll go ahead and unturn that to the left. There was a slight hiss. I'm currently very low on fluid because my radiator, I don't know if it evaporates it or if there's a leak, or if it just drains out from here because it's not properly doing it, the radiator isn't doing its job anymore. So I've constantly had to be refilling this reservoir. So that's why I decided it was finally time to buy a new radiator. So first things first, make sure we disconnect that, or make sure we open that. That way we allow the airflow to go all the way down. All right, so as we can see here, this is our radiator. This is the AC condenser. So again, try not to mess with any of these lines. But this right here is a leaking valve for all the coolant inside your radiator. So what you would do is you would turn this and open the valve, and then all the fluid from the radiator, all your coolant antifreeze, should start leaking from here. So again, since we do not want since we want to properly dispose of all this fluid, I have a bucket here. Make sure it catches all that fluid, and we will want to turn that knob. And once we have an empty container, we will properly dispose of this fluid. So turn this handle now. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see it from there, but we went ahead and started loosening it up. So remember, tidy lefty loosey, so we're turning counterclockwise here, making sure we get it nice and undone. Once we start, see a little bit drip out, there we go, and it will also be leaking from the bottom part, not just that little spout. So now we just sit here, let that all go on out. As you can hear, now it's really starting to go. So yeah, now we just wait it out until that's done. Once that's all empty. Okay, so all right, now that we have leaked or drained it as much as we could. I forget what the term is called. I believe it's, I honestly forget what the term is called. Oh, bleeding, yeah. Once we have bled it of all the liquid, all the antifreeze and coolant, we're gonna go ahead and turn it to the right, clockwise. Obviously it's a little weird since we're upside down, but we're gonna turn it, seal it back up, that way none of it continues to leak out once we start moving it around and shaking it. So make sure that's nice and tight. Now that we've drained the radiator, and there should be no fluid in here, so first things first is we're gonna take off this nut right here. It's like a nut slash screw. It doesn't really bolt off all the way, but we'll use a 10mm for that. And then after that, we disconnect this top one up here. That one up there is going to be a 8mm. It's kind of hard to get to with an actual socket. So for that, I'm going to use this small 8mm wrench to get that. And then once we do those two, we'll do the other two on the other side, and we'll disconnect this hose clamp from the main piece. These two front ones will be the ones to disconnect the radiator from the actual AC condenser. So we need to separate these two first, and then we'll go inside the engine bay and worry about the fan and fan shroud. So first things first, let's do this one here. So we're gonna use that 10mm. Fits too deep. Okay, great. Yeah, no, it's perfect. Now go ahead and turn. So again, just for these small bolts, I like to use 2 hands. That way I can, you know, make sure it doesn't slide off and just worry about going one way. If you also have an automatic, I don't know what they're called, but I'm assuming automatic wrench tools or ratchet tools, those would also be very helpful for these small, tight spaces. So go ahead and take off that nut there. That should be loose there. So as you can see, it already starts to shake. Now for the 8mm that's more down there, hopefully you guys can see it. It should be along right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stick this into here. Okay, great, I can reach it from over here. So I'm using one hand on this side to move it. I'm gonna use this right hand right here, or this left hand, to try to kind of angle it. Okay. Alright, next, to take off the fan shroud, we will be going at this bolt right here. It's kind of hard to see it right there, but it's right behind this hose, this light hose right here. So we'll be taking off that bolt, and that bolt will be holding on that fan shroud onto the radiator. So for now, we're going to take off that bolt right here. There's going to be another one on this side. I believe it is right here, right under this hose. So we'll go ahead and take those off first. For this process, we will be using a 8mm. If you don't have an 8mm, I don't have an 8mm at the moment. So what I'm using is a 5/16 and a small wrench. So we will be putting it like so. Just making sure until it goes. That hose is kind of in the way, so let's go ahead and use a extension tool. Use a small extension tool for this real quick, just because that hose doesn't let it get in there. So just like that. Go ahead. Same thing, counterclockwise. Obviously not a lot of really movement here to be able to like do this, so make do with what you can. Slow and steady wins the race. Alright, it's nice and loose now, so we can just go ahead and twist it off. Okay, great, we got one out. So it will be looking like this. So remember, this is an 8mm, or in my case a 5/16. And then we're gonna do the same thing, but on this other side now. So if you're new to clamps and don't know how they work, what you want to do is you want to pinch it and make a clearing. You don't want to use these pliers. Any pliers will work. I preferably like these because of the angle, and you know, it lets me get better in there. So what you want to do is you want to place one on top of each little pin. You want to squeeze until that pin locks into place, or just squeeze it enough to wiggle it out. I don't know what will happen if I squeeze it past. As you can see, I'm moving it out of the way. Okay, so we got it out of the way of the hose. We can go ahead and let go now. Now with this, there might be a little residual fluid in there, so be careful. So be careful when you're pulling. Nice little elbow grease, and boom, we got the hose out of the way. So again, 8mm on this side too. This 8mm was on this side. I don't know if I recorded it, if not, but it was right here. So this 8mm went right here, right behind the hose. So again, there was one on this side that we had to take off. There was one on this side. This side I didn't have to take off the hose clamp to do it, but on that side I did. So now for this side, we are going to be taking off that little clamp right here. So again, get yourself some little pliers, or not little, but you know, get yourself some pliers that will work and help you out. So what we're gonna want to do, same process here. Go ahead and squeeze that. Perfect, just like that. Great, now it's off of that, and with that same force, you can just pull it right off of that. There you go, look at that, nice and simple. And then obviously, you know, make sure that when you put back on your clamps, make sure you put them back in the same exact spot that they were. That way you keep that same type fit, unless you're gonna get new hoses. But you know, to each their own. I don't think I need new hoses, so I'll be good for now. Now technically this should be out of the way of the radiator. So what we can do, I believe, let me get my cold air intake out of the way. Can I just push it out of the way? Put the fan short forward. Boom, there you go. Alright, great. So now, with that out of the way, we can go ahead and push the fan back. So as you can see now, we now have a good gap between the fan and the radiator itself. Pretty good. So now with that free, you can go ahead and unscrew the rest of the bolts that are down here, and we shall get to that. Alright, so like I said earlier, we also have to take off this bolt right here. This was the other bolt that we had to do on the other side, so we already took off that one on that side. You can see it. You can see the nut right there. And since we already got the 10mm socket on this one, on this board, let's do this. So again, right tighty, lefty loosey, right? So obviously that little piece is a little too long, so it won't reach all the way. So if you don't have any deep sockets, what I like to do is first put that socket on there. Once that's on there, I like to hit this there. So damn mosquitoes. So at this point, I would start turning, and then as I unscrew more of the nut, and there goes that nut. Alright, so the bolt I just took off was right there. It was right here. Oh wait, I can't see it. What I just took off was right there, right? So now for the second bolt you need to take off would be right here. Kind of hard to see, but right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get that one. Once we get that one, we're gonna need to take off this top one up here. The top one right there. So those three connect the condenser to the radiator. So gotta get that free first. If I can reach you with this little thing right here. Oh, perfect. This is great, actually. Dang, this things don't wanna. It's got so much limited movement here. Oh, what? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just peel this right off. So it got little clips right there. That's 3 clips. So I'm gonna, 2 clips actually. I'm gonna just go ahead and take this right off. That way I have more access here. You just gotta be careful I don't mess up with any of those fins right there. Perfect. I'll go ahead and pop that back into place when I'm done with it. Good thing they're numbered. So I don't know which one is which. Okay, great. Got one of those 8s out. And let's go ahead and get that other 8 right up here. Okay, lefty loosey. Great, we got these 2 out of the way. As you can see, this is now loose, and now we can get this little bracket out of the way. So what we're gonna do for now is we're gonna put those 2 in there. Yeah, alright, yeah, we're gonna make sure those 2 are in there. That way, make sure you don't lose them. Obviously, I'm gonna leave them on this side of the car. That way, I know they belong to this side of the car. Obviously, let's go ahead, put that right there. Perfect. Now I know where that goes, and that's not going anywhere. And that bottom bolt, I'll just put it right there. Now let's go ahead and head to the other side. Now that we got all those bolts and screws out of the way, now onto the more funner part, or at least the last fun part. Not really sarcastically, but final hose clamp. Honestly, I've learned to not like hose clamps, but today they haven't been so bad. So let's hope I didn't just jinx myself right now. Jinx myself. Oh, perfect. Okay, so see what I did? Just clamped it down. Once I opened it enough, just gotta shimmy it, wiggle it out. I'm pushing it back, but oh, perfect. See, as I was pushing it back, it was also taking that plastic, taking out the actual plastic hose out of there. Also, make sure that when you take out these, the AC condenser, make sure you take it out all the way properly, because these, if you start yanking the radiator out, then you might end up tossing something, moving something you don't want to move, you know. So make sure you take it out of those holes. That way when you start pulling up the radiator, you're not messing with all those careful AC lines, you know. So we'll go ahead and disconnect the other one from the other side as well. Alrighty, so now for this final part, after we took off those bolts, put everything aside on it. Alright, so now what we got to do is we got to take off these 2 bolts. And these 2 bolts, these are clamps, and they clamp down onto the radiator, so they are currently holding that radiator in place. As you can tell, honestly, it's very bad. A lot of bugs, a lot of dents. Just honestly not really like race material. I will do a comparison after, or when I take this out. But yeah, next steps, let's go ahead and take these 2 out. Alright, so again, let's go ahead and put this cap back on there real quick, just so that we don't lose it, nothing gets in there. We got that fan shroud out of the way. So like I said, we got to do these. So we're gonna grab our 10mm. Alright, so we're gonna grab our 10mm right here. It's all loose, so go ahead and take these 4 off. Okay. Okay, now we move on to these. While they're loose, go ahead and use our hands. So we just go ahead and take them out. So as you can see here, they'll have your radiator have 2 like spikes, and these plaques will rest inside of them, and that's how they secure your radiator in place. So let's go ahead and put these here. Set these aside for now. Same thing with this side. Let's go ahead and take these all the way out. Same thing, slide that out. Set these aside. Now that all that's good and in place, let's go ahead and lift up the coolant, not the coolant, the condenser radiator. So we want to go ahead and pick these up and slide these out of their little grooves. Try number 2. Okay, so the radiator has a few indents or like pieces like sticking out this way, so we want to push it back and then pull it up. That's what it was getting stuck on right now. So backing up, and we obviously do have some lines back here that we want to clear. Let's go ahead and try and get this right side out first. Okay. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but I'm getting there. Slowly and steadily. I'm getting it past the shroud. Okay. Yes. Alrighty. So consensus, this and this we're getting stuck on a line. Double check that whatever you buy does have the correct mounting. So I was revising it right now, and I realized something. The motor or original radiator has this bolt here, but it's built on. So I don't know if that's how it came factory or if this is an aftermarket one already. But those bolts cannot be put onto onto those bolt holes for this new one. So I had to go to my local auto parts store. Had to get some new bolts and some new washers. That way I could replace those bottom ones. Hopefully are able to work out. But yeah, so remember, not everything's gonna fit perfectly. I don't know what was the issue there, but something went wrong, or something didn't line up perfectly. But obviously small adjustments. If you really want to go aftermarket, if you really want to go power performance, there has to be some sort of adaptation at some point. So just a little warning for anyone that is putting that exact radiator on a 2006 Mustang. 2 of those screws might not line up exactly, and you might have to go buy some hardware. Work one corner in there. So of course, make sure nothing is actually hitting it. Great. Watch out for the lines. Okay. Pick it up on this side because it's a little low on that side. Let me take off this reservoir. Maybe that's not letting me. Let's set it back all the way. So maybe that's why I'm having trouble putting it in. Let's go ahead and move that real quick. Definitely do need to adjust that side. Perfect. Again, honestly, almost there. Final stride. Okay. Let's see. Fan is now in the radiator. That means it is ready to go down now. Now, second part, gotta get this little condenser part up and out of here, just like that. So again, let's not push back too much now. I'm gonna push back on this lower bottom piece right here. Make an effort to pick it up from under, because obviously, you know, we took off all the mounting parts for it, so it naturally decided to get dragged on the floor. Okay, so like I said before, this wire, get this little piece right in the middle and lodge it in between the radiator and the condenser, and then we'll set these little brackets right here where those hooks were on the compressor, because the back hooks were for the fan. The front hooks are for this little piece right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring that up. Hopefully you guys can still see. I know it's a little later, but you know, those are those hooks. So I'm just sliding that little piece back into place. Just gotta pick it up. Right side on the hook. Getting that, about to get that left side right now. Mislodge the back, front one. Alright, back one's in. Let's get the front one in. I believe front one's in. Yes, the front one is in. Perfect. Yeah. Finally. So, I'm gonna try to. It's getting a little dark, so I'm not gonna keep on recording too much. But I am gonna try to set this down into where it's supposed to be. That way it's nice and settled, and that way I can actually close this for the night. Alright, so again, obviously, you know where we left off. I finally managed to hook the fan shroud onto there, and I managed to hook that little piece of condenser in there. Let me get a flashlight real quick to show you. And so again, new radiator. As you can see, there's that small little piece right here. This piece right here, I had to lodge it into those grooves. So right here, there's a little groove. So these grooves right here, yeah, I had to get that little piece, this little piece back here. Oh, I just unhooked it, but see those little notches that are moving? I had to hook those onto those hooks. But obviously these are newer hooks and these are all steel aluminum, so let me get and put those back on there, and then we'll set it down. So again, I already had this, so it's a little frustrating that it came undone so easily. Good thing though, I already figured out how to do it, so not too complicated. Lift it up enough to get it onto the hooks. So obviously the radiator has this thing here and this thing here. Well, there's two more on the bottom. Not on this side, but on this side. So there's two more on the bottom where the radiator should be sitting. So what we gotta look for right now, so there's a grommet right here, right? This grommet, this hook is supposed to go inside of this grommet, and that's where your radiator should be resting. So we're just gonna go ahead. Let's do this reverse wise. There you go, perfect. And there you go. Make sure it sets into there. Now we just gotta repeat that, but on the other side. Now push it on back into that hole. And there you go, nice and seated, perfect. Now we just gotta redo what we undid bolt wise and hose clamp wise and refill the reservoir. As you can see, I have it all settled in nicely. Last night I was able to get these bottom hooks right here set into place on these plastic grommets down here, on these rubber grommets. So now that it's there, you can obviously see a lot better. But these metal pieces go into these rubber grommets, and it has a little metal piece sticking out right there. So that is where your radiator should be settling. If it doesn't settle there, then you are in trouble. Make sure you put that there. That way it keeps it nice in place, and it won't move anything, break anything. So that's where it should be settled. There's another one on the other side where it should be at, and there's the other grommet right there. So remember, make sure it's settled into that grommet, and it goes through that hole right here. So always make sure that's on there properly. So once we settled that in there, we're able to properly put this down into place. We were able to get our fan shroud on here perfectly. May look a little off, but that's just the design of the fan. This side's a little taller than this side. And also, as you can see, we decided to disconnect our reservoir from these two bolts here because we wanted more space. So again, if you ever feel like you need more space, feel free to disconnect that that reservoir, coolant reservoir, and or take out your shroud fan. I didn't think it was necessary, so I didn't do that. Would I have been maybe a little more simpler to take in and out? Yes and no, but again, for me, making it easier was taking off that bumper. And honestly, that taking off that bumper worked wonders, because I would not have been able to get into that bolt and the bottom ones without it. I would have had to raise the car, but that wouldn't have helped me with these two bolts. So honestly, taking off the front bumper, huge lifesaver. So I honestly highly recommend it. But yeah, this is what it looks like.
That's going to wrap up my review and install of the Cold Case Radiators aluminum performance radiator for the 2005 to 2014 Mustangs. And for all things Mustang, keep it right here at American Muscle.